Alright, let's see if we're live again. Let's just see. Because I just got a disconnect. But it looks like just checking everything here. Let's see if everything is back in order. All right. All right. Okay, well, that was certainly, yep, looks like everything is back to normal. I don't know what ended up happening, but, yeah, your hot Caesar opinion. Wow, that did not come out the way I intended it. But your opinion did kill my stream. The censors, the liberators in the Senate killed the stream to prevent me talking good about him. So yeah, as I was about to say, let's unpause the battle now that everything is good. So I think we've got them all destroyed here. Yeah, Caesar's strengths as a general certainly were his decisiveness and kind of his decision making. He was a good manager. He was a very good manager of people. Well, at least earlier on in his career. Managing the personalities after the civil wars. Not so great since he did get himself stabbed to death, but as a commander, he's certainly an interesting character because oh shit. Hey, you guys shall not pass. You think you thought you could get past me? This is going to be tough. A few of them may get in. A few of them might get into the city before I can catch them. But we really want to do our best to prevent that. And destroy as much of their... I believe that's their garrison fleet, yeah. So if we can destroy them... This is my Italian cavalry. They're going to take some hits from the tower here. Yeah, so Caesar's certainly interesting because before his conquests in Gaul, he really isn't a military commander. I mean, he'd served as proconsul in Spain, where he'd certainly led, troops in battle. But, oh jeez, they're getting murdered. Fall back. Fall back. Run away. Alright, well that could have been better.
Our men flee the field of battle.
Well,
this is a shameful display.
I guess not so much for the Italian cavalry. I mean, they're pretty garbage. Until I get good equites, they're the best that I got. So, yeah, and they did not do a very good job on those 2 skirmish units. Darn. Caesar first appears, when he's a very young man at the Siege of Mytilene. He gets the grass crown at that point, and certainly is brave as a soldier, but obviously as a military commander, he was not participating as a leader at that point in the battle. And it wouldn't really be until his proconsulship that he really had imperium of his own, so he could lead troops. But serving, we believe he did help fight under Crassus, but I haven't read the most recent biographies and to say if we're absolutely certain about that quite yet. We're pretty confident that he was in Italy at the time. We know from the outline of his career. Unfortunately, the earliest parts of his career, and parts of his life from Suetonius are missing, and there are certainly periods within his career that just aren't covered. As with most Roman biography, they just kind of skip large elements, right? So you go into any major figure, you go into Augustus, it kind of picks up really once he's, in Apollonia, and you're hearing about the death of Julius Caesar. You hear a little bit about before that, but for the most part, you don't hear anything about his childhood. Much the same with Julius Caesar. So, before I get sidetracked, we're not gonna go for we got hurt pretty badly. I don't know if I really want to go for taking the walls at this point. We did get our objective of smashing this reinforcement army, and we even did some damage to their garrison fleet. So I'm going to concede defeat on this. I don't know if that's gonna... We'll find out. Since this is the end of turn 1, we'll see if this destroys our army. I don't think so, though. Yeah, it hasn't... We're just going to end up retreating from this, which is fine. I know sometimes when you concede defeat, it's like, oh yeah, your entire army was slaughtered. And I'm like, really? Because it wasn't when I ended the battle. Yeah, so we lost 1 unit of Roman swordsmen and Italian cavalry, which is disappointing. But we destroyed pretty much this entire reinforcing army. They have a few units left. We destroyed half of their garrison fleet. Their garrison army is still a bit damaged from our veterans action and this. So I'm going to chalk this up to a win. They call it a defeat.
Disengage and regroup.
I disagree with that assessment. If I put you at forced march, we're going to put you here in Ostia, and you're going to heal up. We can't recruit more units right now because of the stance that he's in. Are you still... Yeah, you're still dictator, right? Maybe? It doesn't say ex-dictator. So, yeah, I guess he's still dictator for the turn. Which is good. That'll make their reinforcement speed twice as fast. So, With that, yeah, this guy's still there. Can I? I can't kill him because the veteran is out of. All right. Well, we're gonna just end the turn. We've got nothing is under construction. I should probably start building at least a couple of things because we're gonna need more money. We're gonna need more money as the game goes on, and if we're gonna fund our expansion, we really need to kind of build a core in our core territories. So we will end the turn, and let's see how they rebuild. So, wow, the Great Warriors have basically recovered. They probably either bought mercenaries or... See, I really need a spy that could tell me what they've got, but, you know, don't have that at my disposal. So, I can still check. They're still damaged. Their garrison fleet is still damaged. We're still hurt. Let's recruit. We'll get 2 units of cavalry. Other than that, I'm pretty happy with that army layout. And we might try and bait them. We might try and bait them into trying to defend somewhere else, because while I felt like we did some good damage to this army, the fact that they managed to recruit more, or at least hire mercenaries, has me a little discouraged about them taking this town kind of, or taking Antium as our first step here. But we will, let's see, what can we damage there? And we'll just raid again. I find it's important to kind of keep, and of course he gets wounded, to kind of keep your agents doing stuff so that they keep leveling up. So even if they're not performing active measures, having them do their little passive improvements or debuffs in enemy territory, I find is super valuable. We're doing tax harvesting in Rome, and we're doing bread and games in Veii, which I don't know if we need. We need for a couple more turns probably, just till the cultural differences settles down a little bit more, because that +4 public order, because I don't want to be facing revolts I don't want to be facing revolts while we're trying to expand. We can only afford the one army right now. We could build another one, but it's not going to be at full strength, so we're just going to have to bear through it for the time being. This, I find, is the hardest part. Having played, at this point, a few of these campaigns in the Rise of the Republic DLC on my own time, this early step, just until you conquer Latium, no longer protected from civil war. So how are we doing? Our risk is at 0%. You're still at -9. We will secure your loyalty. It's going to eat most of our money, which sucks, but it'll keep you happy for 5 turns, and that'll be good. Our army is back at full strength. The Great Warriors, once again, they're here recruiting. What can I do for army sabotage? I could bribe these units, and I could subvert. So here's what I'm thinking. I will draw them away to defend here. Let's see if we can send you around. Make sure they're not building up troops anywhere else. I will capture this town and then leave it undefended. So he'll march an army up there to retake it, and we'll crush it up there. I think that's going to be the best solution. We've got a little negative public order in Rome. -1, I'm not going to worry too much about it. We'll change the edict here to tax harvesting so we get a little bit more cash. I'm still waiting for that agent to come back, but we should be able to take this town with a pretty easy fight. Yeah, so the conquest of Latium is going to be probably the hardest part of this campaign, because you're more or less at parity with the strength of the Volsci. Their control over one large rich region is about the same as our control over these two smaller ones. So we don't have any allies involved in the fight. Is there anybody that really hates you? Let's check your neighbors. They don't care. The Sabines don't care. No one really cares that we're at war with the Volsci, which is unfortunate because it'd be nice if they had an enemy, a mutual enemy, or that we could ask to join our war with them. So, let's see. Anyone who's friendly, would you like to get a trade agreement? Nope. Still no. Alright, well, looks like for the time being, we're going this alone. We're going to have to see, looks like the Aequid were defeated by the Frentani. So we don't have to worry about them on our back door, but we're going to have to deal with them at some point, with the Frentani at some point. The Sabines got defeated by them too, so for whatever reason, these guys here have become super strong, because they're really pushing, and then the Sabines have been reduced to a single province. The Umbrians are doing okay. They're actually expanding a little bit. So, yeah, it's remarkable how different this is from, like, every campaign that I've played has turned out very differently so far. With some powers being destroyed very early on. We're going to auto-resolve. It's just a garrison. We'll take that. And we will... Since we're not planning on keeping this, we're using it to lure them to come back to it. I'm actually going to raise. We're going to make the public order go into the garbage. We'll let that become slums. And let's level up. We'll get more replenishment rate for Camillus here. I'm also going to... I love you, Camillus, but we're going to replace you for the time being with this guy. We're going to make House Amelia like us a little bit more. This guy's a populist So he does have a negative trait, but Populist is the one I can deal with the most because I usually don't end up raising the tax rate anyway, so he should never be upset with us for the tax rate stuff. And his 2 positive traits, Xenophile and Mogul, are pretty good for us. Mogul will not come into play for a long time because it'll be a while before we have any provinces that make more than 5,000. But Xenophile, we can kind of manage by having a lot of diplomatic treaties. Right now we've got 2 or 3? I think 3, because of the non-aggression pacts. Let's keep this going. We'll put our agent our champion back there. Our dignitary will go up this way. Alright. Incite some unrest here. You're terrible at this. Very terrible at this. I'm not sure what you mean, amazing chest ahead. Let's see. Are you talking about one of these guys? It's okay. Well. Oh yeah, no. Yeah, the skill. Camillus's skill tactician is that is a horn. Yes. All of the symbols and stuff are meant to be, stuff like that, or in some way related. All right, we've got this. We can't leave it because he's out of movement. I want to level up a couple of other commanders. I want to get a commander, and right now, our pool to choose from is not very high. I want to get a commander who we can use specifically as a recruiting general. So he's going to be really good for making good recruits. And then he can hand off to one who's actually better suited for leading battles. So you know what? Looking through, I'm going to replace you already with our brother, because he already has, if we look at it, he's already got commander, and the next skill that we have will work out for us. So we're going to start leveling him up. So we'll end our turn. I don't know why I keep showing us what the Samnites are up to. I guess they're engaged with fighting the Neapolitans. Alright, well they marched both of their armies up instead of just the one. Again, these armies are garbage. I'm happy to take this fight. We're outnumbered quite heavily, but we've got the bottleneck because we're defending a city. The garrison army isn't going to be of any help to us, but I'm still confident that we should have no problem with this. I'm going to quick save just in case we have a crash, and we'll fight this on the battlefield. Looks like since the little stream or the little disconnect that we had, looks like everything's running okay. So that's good. I'm just checking while things loaded. I was just checking our stats. Oh, we have deployables. Excellent. That'll make defending this town even easier. They're coming from this way. which means that this is going to be a relatively easy defense. We can put you guys in phalanx formation. Right here in the town center. You guys phalanx formation right there. The AI is not very clever, so they are going to go down these two roads pretty much exclusively, to the point where I'm actually going to you know what, just to cover my flank, I'll put one there. That's good. You'll stand in reserve. Swordsman, you're also in reserve. You guys will plug any gaps. You guys, as the garrison, I'll stick you over here. Actually, I'll stick the garrison right here, because what's going to happen is the AI is going to use their skirmishers on one of these two armies that I actually want, and I don't want to be losing too many men here. So having these guys as fodder to take those shots is good. I will, however, use, however depleted they are, those skirmishers, those slingers. These guys are going to come around on the flank, as are the Velites. General, you can stand here and make sure you are very inspiring, and you guys will help deal with any unnecessary things. Not unnecessary things, any skirmish units. Barricades. I can build barricades. And I think I will. I forgot about setting these up. So I'll set you there. I can't. Can I set? Yep, I will set spike traps along those. Those fireballs are useless. They're also ridiculous. I can't think of any such actual similar tactic in ancient warfare, but I mean, I'm sure during you know, certain desperate fights, people would improvise you know, walls and barriers. I know for the Battle of the Teutoburg Forest, which is from a period quite different than what we're fighting in now, but the oh, well, that's new. Which direction are you coming from? You're coming from this way? That's a pain. I might actually have to defend from another direction. Alright, so you and you. You and you. Get over this way. You guys, please move this way. Well, actually, move over here. Sorry, I got wrapped up in figuring out what the heck was going on. Alright, so they've got their slingers, and it doesn't look like they have too many. I see one unit of slingers. Beyond that, I'm not really seeing anything. So these guys are They're going to attack the barricades and then run into my phalanx. These guys don't stand a chance over there. That's the much bigger army. I'm still not too worried about it, but we'll see how this plays out. We'll destroy this army and then focus our attention over on these guys wherever they come from. If I have to... Swordsman, you defend from that direction. Yeah, they've got one unit of slingers, so we will bring this cavalry over this way, and then we're going to use our slingers and velites to hit these guys in the back with sling stones and with the javelins, and they should break pretty easily. This unit, I'm not even going to bother to hit them in the back with anything. Maybe a cavalry charge. All right. So. You guys move into place. You guys quickly kill these slingers. Yeah, and looks like the majority of these guys are actually fighting against my Centurii, which are my best units anyways. So there's that. Looks like this fight here is going to be a tough one, so the sooner we can get ourselves repositioned to for that angle, the better. These guys are broken. General, you inspire the Centurii. Give them a little bit better melee attack.
Italian cavalry!
I should really group this cavalry up. You guys form up over here. You got 21. I want to destroy them. So if I can get them down to around 10 units left, 10 guys left in this unit, that should mean that they will not recover. Also, I'm getting some frame rate stuff with these guys. I haven't had any issues with that, so if it continues to be a problem... Oh, right. I'm not going to charge these guys from the rear because I will murder my own cavalry doing that. So let's not.
Now! Fire on the enemy! Your orders! At your service!
How are you guys holding up? Looks like they're doing pretty well. That is a absolutely hideous amount of
As you command!
skirmishers, though. So we'll get our cavalry over this way. I'm probably gonna have to get my general involved. So come this way. These guys will break on their own. Yeah, you guys just move in and crush those guys. Since these guys don't have anything else to do, move over there. Let's deal with these velites and slingers quickly, because they're going to do much worse damage than anything else here. You guys go into melee attack mode and kill that unit, please. Can I position you hoplites like so to back these guys up? Excellent.
Our general is under attack.
Alright, good. Those slingers are breaking and running away. We can wheel around to deal with these velites soon enough. This line should hold. These guys are crushing them. Don't chase them all the way across the map. Get over here, though, and you get over here, because we're going to need some skirmishers to hit these guys
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Alright, we'll regroup those guys up. Alright, velites, because you've used all your ammunition, your job now is to kill any fleeing units. Our swordsmen haven't even gotten involved in the battle. This is really the power of the hoplite, is in defense like this. They can stand in defense for quite a long time without taking very serious casualties. Alright, looks like you've crushed them. Take out these slingers, please. I think the hardest part for me right now is just keeping my focus. You know, that with so much, for a moment there, 3 different fronts to focus on. Keeping track of them was a little tough, but you guys, please kill them. I really want to destroy this army as thoroughly as possible, because the more kills that I can get, the more that I can wipe out here, the less are going to be around when I'm worried about... Alright, you guys get into melee mode and charge in there. Get those guys... also, take you off attack all. Yeah, so the more that I can kill, that means that they have to I'm really tongue-tied today. I am hideously tongue-tied today. The point that I was trying to make, however, is that the more guys that we kill, if we can wipe out units almost entirely, get them down to around 10 or less, the unit will basically disappear, and they will have to recruit it basically fresh from scratch all over again, which is better for us than any of them escaping, because the ones who escape will, I mean, it takes a while for them to replenish, but they are guys that we will have to fight again later on. And if I can just destroy these armies right here and now, I can march my army back and take their city while it's only defended with the garrison, and that's my hope. So we'll get you guys moved in. So you guys take out their general's unit. You guys are going to attack this guy from behind. I'm gonna move my Roman swordsmen around and flank these guys from behind. Are these just velites? Yeah. Alright. As long as these are just velites, my cavalry should be able to handle this fight. I mean, the Italian cavalry is super light melee cavalry. They're pretty useless for anything other than running down guys who are already... who told you guys to be in melee mode? It was me. Surprise, surprise, it was me. No, don't do that. I want you guys to attack them that way. Alright. These Velites got really far away. Okay, that's better. You guys are using your missiles instead of just. Alright, I'm gonna let the few units that are retreating, that are running away right now, get away. Because chasing them down is gonna be not super productive for us.
The enemy general is dead.
Alright, we killed one of their generals. The general for this is still alive as far as I'm aware, though.
Charge! Swift melee cavalry! Glory awaits! Halt! Advance! Your orders! We await your command! For glory!
Would you fall back, please? And our cavalry is going to get these Velites engaged in a fight. Good. So their general over here is dead, and looks like he ran away. Yeah, he's running. We don't really need to kill off those guys. We'll get those slingers over there. It's going to take a while for them to move over,
flee
so...
the field of battle.
Who's running?
This is a shameful display.
Who... Oh, what's left of the garrison units. Alright, cavalry, please fall back. Actually, no, you can keep chasing. Swordsmen, however.
Melee infantry at your command!
You guys wait here while the slingers do their work. Our hoplites are doing their job. I'm not going to send our Centurii in. He got pretty beat up. This guy, however, I'll send you in as backup.
Spearmen, ready for orders.
You two... I might make them fall back shortly. I'd like to rotate out the units that are badly hurt, but I don't want to cause them to rout if I can help it. So, you guys get in position. The cavalry has charged down all their fleeing units. All right. You've got 78. You fall back, please. Oh. Well, we've won the battle. We're going to continue the fight, however. You guys charge in, crush them. You guys get into melee mode, crush them. You guys get out of hoplite, get out of formation, crush them. Yeah, you guys charge as well. Everybody move on in.
Spears! Yes, Commander.
Kill them all. Leave none alive.
No! Ready your weapon. Commander! Ready, men? Forward! Orders! Defensive positions! Prepare to engage! Equites!
There we go. So, this should wreck them. Hello, Fausch, or I'm going to say Fausch 11? You tell me if I'm getting that right or absolutely butchering the pronunciation. Please let me know. Alright. I'm trying my best to kill them all, but a lot of them are probably going to end up getting away despite my efforts. Yeah, I mean, just look at them.
The enemy general is dead.
Fleeing. All right. Well, you gave me the pronunciation guide, which is great, but that also implies that I know how to read it with those characters, and I will completely confess that I don't. So um, there you go. Well, we have more or less won this battle. I'll put it on super fast forward, and we'll let this play out, and then get back to the campaign. I'm drinking Invisible Mystery Drink. Yeah, it looks like a lot of their units are unfortunately going to get away because my guys just can't chase fast enough. So, oh well. We'll quit the battle. We'll end it. Looks like we didn't get too badly beat up, and he got absolutely mauled. Out of 4490, he lost 3938. So 350. I am drinking a green apple Gatorade. However, as you can see, because it is green, it disappears with my green screen. Looks like everybody leveled up. So we got a bunch of experience for everybody. A few units got pretty badly beat up. We absolutely destroyed their primary attacking army. Only one unit got away. And looks like we killed the important ones. We killed their tough units. Well, we killed most of their... we killed the entirety of all their skirmishers, which is good. We've got some mercenaries left. Native Latin spearmen are garbage. Their two native Latin tribesmen are worse than garbage, as mentioned before, and their Italian swordsmen are pretty crap. So the armies that they have left that are going to, hobble their way back home. Yes, it is magic. Definitely, I would consider it black magic. These guys who are going to try and make their way back home are in no fighting shape. We should be able to crush them. No problem. We've got a baby. We have a baby. Camillus just returned home. Now I can't elect another consul, no. Or not consul. I can't elect another dictator for 3 turns. So we're just gonna have to march these guys in partial strength. We'll destroy this army, and that should kill both of them. We aren't gonna do it on the battlefield. We're just gonna auto-resolve. No sense in watching me just wipe up the leftovers. Yep.
Onward.
You're good.
Awaiting orders.
I can't get close enough to besiege this turn, but we will. We will raid it. We will hurt their garrison. You got the dude had like a 60-something, 69%, 65% chance of success, I believe. And he got wounded, which is great. Absolutely great. Good job. All right. Since it looks like we're going to be keeping this after all, I might as well repair it. We're going to have to deal with our public order problems. We'll turn down the taxes. We will... what should we build? Temple would be good. Yeah, we'll build a temple here. Chat, if you guys have any suggestions, by the way, as to what you think, where you think we should expand after we deal with the Volsky here in Latium, definitely let me know. I have a few thoughts as to what directions we might end up going, but my only real constraint is that I'm going to try and expand this to kind of keep pace with the other future campaigns that we'll have going. So a Grand Campaign and, you know, the Hannibal at the Gates, and then later on move into the later campaigns. But for the time being, we're still very, very early on with the Rise of the Republic DLC, so it'll be a while before we move into that. So, looks like we have some money to burn, but let's see, aside from upgrading you, let's get a trader up. We'll get some some cattle pens. And our general leveled up. We really want to get him because we want to make him our recruiting general. So what we want to get out of him are these two, infantry and cavalry command, which will give him plus experience for recruits. But we have to level him up more before we unlock these. He's only level 3 before I can unlock this. So, I don't know. I'm not sure if we're capped at 3 or if we... You know, I'm not going to give him his experience buff. I'm going to wait until... I'm going to wait and see. Maybe if we can get him a little more experience up to level 4, we can spend both of those points in the things that we really want. What's this one? Conflict of the Orders. A criminal gang is running rampant, bringing chaos to the streets of Rome. However, dealing with the problem is not as simple as it may first appear, as the gang is rumored to be under the protection of a patrician from a prominent gens, and thus beyond the law. The plebs are in great distress and threaten secessio. So, let's try a speech. Let's try and make everybody happy. Our dignitary has recovered from being wounded. Looks like there's no units there.
I can assist you further.
I think we'll leave Fragilii to be the last city we capture. My goal with the Volsky is to force them to be a client state. They're not going to be loyal at all, but that's just the way it's going to be. If I attack you, can I take on the whole garrison? Yes, I can. Again, I could fight it out on the battlefield. I'm going to auto-resolve. With those odds, it's not really worth it. Our Centurii got pretty beat up. Our Italian cavalry are... yeah. But, there we go. You're level 4 now. So let's test this. No, he's not level 4. But our army's at level 4. We've got Unrelenting Force, Defenders. We're going to get Accomplished Skirmishers, so we get a few extra Javelins and Slingstones. Which is great for us. We're going to settle in to attack the city. The only thing defending the city is their garrison fleet, so we will just auto-resolve this attack. I mean, this isn't even fair. 4 skirmishers defending against an entire army. And one of those units was... Yeah. So we're going to occupy the city.
Soon have the enemy on the run.
Now he's leveled up.
Men will give their
Let's
all.
see if... Yes, we can. Awesome. So we can give him 1 of infantry command, 1 of cavalry command, and we're going to boost these 2 up. So he's going to be our recruiting general. We're going to have him in place in Rome, where we plan. And actually, I need to rearrange the buildings that we're building in Rome. I got to build a practice field, because Rome is going to be really where we recruit all of our armies. So it's not going to be very strong economically, but once we have control of Latium, our money problems are pretty much set for the interim. We're going to convert. We will dismantle you, and we'll dismantle you for now. I really want to keep on the offensive, so dismantling, which I can't do here, but dismantling will give us immediate garrison. It's a silly game mechanic thing where I don't have any garrison from their buildings that are not of my culture type, not of my faction. So I have no garrison. But if I destroy the level 3 and go down to a level 2 or a level 1, I get garrison back because it's one of my type. It's very silly, to be honest, but I'm going to take advantage of it nonetheless. So we're going to go for Casinum here. Casinum is important because it borders the other territories, and by having Fregellae completely surrounded on 3 sides by our territory, we can force the Volsci into being a client state for us. That's really kind of just out of the way. I'm afraid Foch or Folk or Fox or however your name is pronounced, and I'm sorry, but I'm afraid I don't speak what you're typing in. So I can't quite answer. I can't quite give you a good answer to what you're saying. Unfortunately, as a linguistically challenged individual, I have a hard enough time with my native English. I have a hard enough time with my native English, and barely muddle by with the few other languages that I've studied. So I hope you can forgive me. All right, what have we got here? What text do we need? We built the castrum. Oh, right. We want to go for this one because that's one of our bonus objectives. So we're going for 4 provinces, either through client states, military allies, or owning them ourselves. Before we do that, we want to get Spolia Opimia, and we want to build a shrine to Jupiter. So we should focus on getting those things done. We'll build the shrine to Jupiter here in Veii. We'll start researching that tech, and we'll start moving down along the rest of into the rest of Latium. I'm gonna merge these 2 cavalry units. They're still gonna take forever to replenish. When can I elect a dictator? Another 2 turns. So that's not gonna help us out very much. we've got... I think we've got everything all set. I'm just going to end the turn. Hopefully, between now and when we go... in the next... Probably it'll be 2 turns before we can get to Casino. Hopefully they can't recruit a very strong force between now and then. Looks like our... Yeah, content plebs and content patricians. So everybody's happy with the speech that we made. These guys are quite loyal. I don't have to worry about them forcing things into a civil war. He's starting to recruit an army. Can I bribe anyone?
Their authority. Your will is done.
Alright, so he's down to just that guy. And he's leveled up. I'm going to march you over there.
We are ready to do battle.
I'm going to force march up over here. Now, normally I wouldn't force march into an area where I would potentially be attacked, and he does have an army here. But he has 1 unit. I've got 18. It would be suicide for him to attack me. So I feel safe force marching. Now, normally the chance of being ambushed in that stance, not to mention the minus 25% morale, would be stupid of me to force march anywhere near the enemy. But I feel pretty confident. I'm gonna start building the castrum so we can start building really good units, because right now we're forced mostly to rely on these light Roman hoplites and the Roman swordsmen, which are pretty terrible. The Akensi are okay, but I would like to have some velites. Right now we have to rely on mercenary ones, but with the castrum being built, we can build centurii, we can build ensis centurii, which are the sword versions. They're much stronger than the units that I have, and we'll be able to build velites, and we'll be able to make better cavalry. So we'll have a much better army. And right now, when we can only afford to have 1 or maybe 2 armies at any one time, we really want something that's high quality over quantity. Here in Antium, I'm gonna go for a canal. I want to keep the public order in check, so doing what we can to improve the public order is going to be the important thing. Provincial instability is going away. Cultural differences is going to go away, but it's going to take a lot longer. Yes, yeah, it would be very foolish for him to attack me with the numbers disparity. But I have seen the AI in this game do very dumb things before, so I'm not going to discount it. All right, this guy has a level up available. We want to make you better at collecting taxes, because that's what your main job is going to be. Once he's leveled up, he's going to spend most of his time, rather than on the offensive, he's going to spend most of his time getting that passive bonus, the passive tax rate bonus. So we just start raking in money left and right. So we'll end the turn. Hopefully this guy won't attack us, but if he does, it's his death. Looks like he's just marching his dignitary up. He's gonna probably try and bribe one of my units away. Yeah, that guy's running away. Yeah, he failed to bribe me. I have a government action available, which is probably to appoint him dictator. Yeah, I'm gonna appoint him dictator. So that's really gonna boost our reinforcement rate. We're gonna raid the settlement. Please don't get yourself wounded this time. This should be a really easy, yeah, piece of cake. You move down here. Keep an eye on what he's up to. March in. We'll take the city. I mean, this is... It's not even giving me... Yeah. 97% of my force will remain after the battle. We crushed him. Absolutely crushed him. We'll occupy the city. So his army is there. It's got 3 units in it.
The enemy on the run.
We will dismantle. I'll leave that one in place, and we'll dismantle that. Alright, we are good to go. Let's build the practice camp. End the turn. What can he do as dictator? I see, like, you know, you talk enough, I will eventually learn. What does dictator do? I'll show you, actually. So if I go here to dictator, so these are the new actions that come with the Rise of Rome DLC. So I can hold elections, and I can either appoint consuls or appoint a dictator. The dictator has a much better... so, as dictator, if I hover over him... Where is it? Politics. Right here. His dictator, he gets 20% chance of success for enemy agent actions, which is I find to be useless. But his campaign movement range is plus 40, as you can see. I have to hover it, so I can't point at it. 40% campaign movement range, so he just moves much farther. Plus 5 public order, which is good. He gets more gravitas, so he gets a little bit more influential. But plus 30% replenishment rate, which is fantastic. Like the normal buffs, like if you look at, for example, I'm trying to think what the some of the little ones here that you can there's one of the buildings that gives you, it's one of these food buildings right here. So for example, the farm has a 3% army replenishment. Like, that's a tiny bonus. So the bonus that he's getting here, 30%, is enormous. Plus 20% morale. And if he were not a member of my faction, which he is, plus 20 loyalty. So if I give one of these guys, if I appoint one of them as dictator at some point, it can easily prevent them from, being disloyal. But right now, I don't have any loyalty issues with them. If I elect them consuls, which I will definitely appoint consuls at some point, so it picks 2 guys instead of just 1, and they get bonuses and morale boosts and everything else. It's not as powerful as the dictator's bonuses, but they're very good, kind of more minor bonuses, and they're definitely nice because it picks 2 guys. You kind of get you get the chance that you can have one of your family characters get it, and also probably a member of one of the other households, so it keeps them happy as well. But yeah, the dictator power is very, very strong. I like it a lot. And you can see normally the Centurii was at like 5 turns to replenish when he was hurt before. Now he's up to 2. And it's only going to be 2 turns to replenish the Italian cavalry, and he's in red, in the red for health. So that's super strong. this army will be back to full strength. Pretty much. It won't be back to full strength by the time he gets over here to attack, but Dictator lasts 2 turns, and Consul lasts 4. So 2 turns means that at the end of this turn, they'll get the buff as they reinforce. Then when we attack them at Fregelli, they'll take some damage, but at the end of that turn, Dictator will still be in effect, so they'll replenish, and then at the start of the next one, it will have expired. And there's some passive bonuses for X-Dictator, but they're not super special. But we'll end the turn, and we'll just let that play out. Oh, we won't do that just yet. We will rank him up. Rally Slaves is nice. Commit Arson is great. But I really want to get Murderous. Yes, that is good. That is very good. Yeah, the one thing that is disappointing is that they added these features to the DLC, but I can't use the Appoint Dictator or the... oh, what is this? Rebels. Oh, I see. So the guys, the Herniki, who were the faction that originally owned this town, they were defeated by the Volsky. Their rebels have popped up because of my low public order, and they're trying to retake the garrison here. Unfortunately for them, I'm going to keep it. Sorry. And I'll deal with those rebels later. Oh no. So these guys here, let me bring it up on the strategic map. These guys here have joined the Volsky in their war. So they're gonna try and help them out. But it's, to be honest, it is too late. Too late for them. We're going to raid them so that they can't stand up. Yeah, it is a dumb rebellion. I don't mind, and normally, if it wasn't for the fact that this town has the wine resource, I would have let them capture it, because one of the goals that I'm going for is that when the Romans expanded in the early part of Roman expansion, when they expanded in Italy, a lot of the towns that they took, they kind of they kind of had these people like join them. So rather than just conquer these cities outright, I'm going to try and make as many client states as possible to try and follow somewhat the model that the Romans used. So we're gonna auto resolve this. I know it's a little. I wish there was a little bit more opportunities to fight battles that weren't auto resolved, but some of these it just gets so repetitive, especially with some of these city captures, because there are the unique cities like Rome and a few of the others. But for these little towns, these minor towns, they're all, I believe, the same. Some of these bigger walled cities are more unique. But so we've subjugated the Volsky. They're now our client state. They absolutely hate us. Negative 457 rather. Negative 457 relations with us. they are not going to be a very loyal subject. They're treacherous and they're warlike. So I don't have high hopes for them being loyal to us for very long. So we're going to have to keep an eye on them constantly. But we have peace with them for the time being. Now we got to deal with these guys because they foolishly declared war on us. We have control of Latium now though, so we can enact an edict. We'll do bread and games because we have the temporary bonus to public order, but right now our food is at 0. So we'll make you a farming settlement. Let's see. That'll increase wealth from agriculture. I'm sorry, I'm afraid I don't understand that question. Can I see? No. All right. Can I make them friendly? Oh, okay. That's yes. It'll take a long time. Unfortunately, the big thing to making them like us is you'll notice when I hover over it that there's a negative 195 from military actions against them, and that just wears off over time. A negative 170 from using my my agent, so using the using the champion, the dignitary, using those guys to attack the settlements, or not attack, but do the debuffs. That'll wear out over time. The past war wears out over time. Treaties with the Herniki will go away. So really, most of these things are going to go away with time, and there's nothing I can do to speed that up. The way that I make them friendly, though, is I can balance out all these negative things on the bottom half with stuff that they approve of. So you can see all the things that they condemn, but they approve of treaties with them. They approve of the fact that when we did fight them in battle, I didn't kill their troops. I've released the captives. And they also have a little bit of liking for me because they're Italian and I'm Latin, which are similar cultures. One easy way that I can make them like us is I can give them some money.
Welcome.
So I could offer them a little bit of money. I only have 400 to give them, so I'm not going to because that's not enough of a gift that'll make them happy. But other things that I could do is, if they like having treaties with me, I could give them more treaties. So eventually, if I could get them to agree to a trade agreement, that would make them more able to like me. I could join wars against their enemies. So right now, they don't have any enemies. I was their only one. But if they were at war with someone, I could join the same war and they would like that. So there's a few things I can do to get them to like me. The biggest thing, unfortunately, is going to be time. And with the massive amount that they dislike me, it's going to take a long time for that to kind of balance out. So we're just going to have to be patient with them. But eventually they will like us somewhat. These rebels here, I'm going to raise an army. And just hire some cheap mercenaries. They'll defend this town if these guys come back, and then next turn or so, they can go on the offensive, take these guys out, while my main army here focuses on moving towards Corfinium. So let's end that turn. In a couple of minutes, I'm going to take a short break so I can stretch and refill my drink. I'll be doing that in just a minute or two, just to give you a heads up. Bull ran 222. Thank you for following. Welcome to the Senate. Grab a bench. There's plenty of room. Riot at the Capitol. Let's see. A riot has started in your capital. You suspect that it was instigated by one of the other political parties. How do I react? I could accuse them publicly, which would probably make them angry with us. I could accuse them in private. Or I could crush the riot and not reveal my suspicions. I'm going to go with crush the riot. We're going to start researching on that one, which is our goal. Can we build the shrine to Jupiter yet? Yes, we can start on that. We'll get on the road to making the Volsci like us more by giving them a little bit of money.
Speak your speech so that I may go to the baths and wash away today's...
Fausch 11, thank you for following. Welcome to the Senate, and I apologize for however I pronounce your name. Don't take it personally. Blame my poor English tongue. We will give him... How much we got? We'll give him 500. You'll like that, right?
The gods hardly smile at such a proposal.
Okay. Maybe he won't like that. Do you like us at all anymore? Yes! So now, just to show, if we look at our relations, you'll see now under they approve, there's treaties with the Volsci, released troops of Volsci, and gifts given. It's only plus 11, which is not very much, but over time, we can start to make him like us more. You'll also notice that under the They Condemn, military actions against the Volsci has gone from 195 down to 192. And agent actions went from 170 to 166. So that stuff is slowly ticking down. It's just going to take a long time. So, you know what? I'm going to take this opportunity right now. It's perfect timing. It's just on the half-hour mark for me. I'm going to take a short break. I'll be maybe 2 to 3 minutes. Stretch my legs, refill my water. And I will be right back. So I'm going to pop it over here. And I will change the text up for you, for people, so everyone knows that we'll be right back. There we go. And I'll be back in just a minute. All right, I'm back. Thank you for being patient. Before I kick it back into the game, I wanted to take a moment to thank all of you who are in chat and contributing to the discussion. And I wanted to ask to my buddy Fosh11, where are you from? I'm trying to, like, looking at what you're typing. If I had to guess, it looks like Scandinavian. But beyond that, I would be lost. Like, I don't know if it's like Norwegian or that, or heck, it could be Dutch for all I know. I'm afraid I'm not super familiar with Northern European languages, but I did recognize the umlauts there, and I saw you use the thorn, which a long time ago we used in English, but we don't use Westfalen in Germany. Okay, that would explain why it looked a little bit like Dutch to me, because I know there's a lot of similarity there between there's a you can actually see a weird, interesting progression when you move from Germany to the Netherlands over to England. You can kind of see the kind of the roots of the language there. So Saxon, amazing. That's awesome. I have only been to Europe once, and I didn't have the pleasure of visiting Germany. I was briefly in Austria because I landed there in the airport, but I spent most of my time in Italy and a tiny bit of France. But I would love to visit Germany at some point. It is, from what I've seen, a very beautiful country. So let's hop back to the game and not spend too much time on my face. I'm very jealous of the transportation networks that you guys have in Europe, where you can just hop on a train and visit other places. Here in the United States, unfortunately, our train network is it leaves a lot to be desired. But when I was in Italy, I did travel quite a bit on rail, and that was that was dumb. I almost attacked our new client state, and he would not have liked that. So I just wasted some money on mercenaries that I absolutely didn't need. Good job, me. Let's get our agent over here. I don't have the money to afford to do that. So you're going to... Is there anywhere where we have negative public order? Yes. We're going to move you up to vague. Why is your public order so low? It's... squalor, slave, something like that. All right. We've got buildings building in Rome. As soon as those are done, we can actually start to replace this army, or the units in this army, with better troops. So let's attack Corfinium. We're going to assault it, because we haven't fought these guys before. We'll see what this town is like. Looking at the map, it looks like it might be one of the generic ones, unfortunately, and not one of the unique cities. Which is too bad, but... it has been a while since I've done a battle on the battlefield, so I feel like I should give you guys one at least. So, if we're going for the square here, I think we'll just We'll come in over the hill. So let's set ourselves up. Get our phalanx. The swordsmen on the wings. We'll group the cavalry up as group 1. You guys will be group 2 and 3. We'll start this battle. We're not going to spend too much time setting everything up. We've got everything mostly ready to go, so we'll set you guys up right here. Excellent place for you to set up for battle. You guys stay up here on the hill. So I've changed the music over, as you probably noticed. I changed it from the Total War Attila soundtrack to the Total War, or the Rome Total War, the original Rome Total War soundtrack, which I find still it is one of my favorite game soundtracks. But right now it's playing the battle music, which is certainly appropriate, although I have found that, you know, I can't necessarily control the timing, so sometimes it plays battle music in the middle of a campaign, and it sounds really funny. But so it looks like these guys are not going to move in. Are not going to move in closer. So let's see here. Yeah, I will probably at some point play a game in Total War Attila, which is, in some ways, I think it's a better game. It has some improvements over Total War Rome 2. And also, because my goal is to kind of cover the history of the period, as that's what I'm familiar with. But you know, as much as I enjoy playing the Total War games, I will definitely not lie to you and claim to be an expert at them, because I'm definitely not. But I am somewhat confident in my grasp over Roman history, as it is something I've studied quite a bit. And it's something I try to tell people as much as possible, that while there's an awful lot you can learn in school, and I definitely encourage people who are in school to do what they can to take advantage of the opportunity that being in school presents them. So much of what I have learned over over the years about history and everything else, a lot of it came down to just, putting the time in myself and just reading. And if you have a passion, if there's something that's important to you, no matter what it is, be it video games, or literature, or music, or history, there is no substitute for that passion. You can learn a lot in school. You can learn a lot, and you can learn a lot from college or university. But having the passion is the thing that is really going to make you succeed, because that love, that passion, is what's going to make you want, more than anything, it's what's going to make you want to learn. It's going to make you want to learn a new skill. It's going to make you want to learn about the history. It's what's going to drive you forward far more than just being in school will teach you on its own. All right. Our general's under attack, but he's being attacked by skirmishers, so really that's pretty foolish. You guys just march right in. Can I get you guys over here? Hit these guys from behind. Those guys are running away. All of my slingers, please get off fire at will. End the battle. This is a pretty easy fight. We got an achievement. Not that I care too much about getting those, but I'm always interested when one pops up because I'm like, huh, I didn't know I didn't know I had it yet, or I didn't know that it was a thing that you could get an achievement for. So we've captured the city. Now this one, crap. I will occupy it. I wanted to see, alright, this one and Terventum are both in Samnium, and I don't really want to expand that way quite yet. So I'm going to destroy this, and destroy this, and we're going to march our army out as soon as we get the chance, and we're going to see if these guys will accept peace now. Yeah, you guys want peace. You guys are going to pay me for peace because you guys are the losers. So losers pay for peace. Winners do not pay for peace. We're going to check our diplomatic status, see if there's anyone who still... You want to be defensive allies? No? Alright, we got a trade agreement. That's good. How do the Volsky feel about us? They're still unhappy with us, but we can give them another gift. We'll give them 1,000 this time. Now, I don't want to be giving so much of my own money over to them because we need it more than they do. Plus, if we keep giving them money and they're going to be disloyal, they're just going to use that money to raise armies that they will fight us with. So, we have to be very careful how much we give to them. But I think we're at a good point, to be honest here. A good point expansion-wise. So we can really look at where we're going to go next. So looking at the overview here, we have control over this this reddish area here, and of course this little orange bit. Looks like the Frentani are super strong. They have defeated the Aequi, who are here. The Sabines they've defeated. They're really taking over, and we would like to push them out, to be completely honest. I'd like to really humble them, because if they have control of one full region, 2 full regions, and then parts of a third, so I think they're going to be our next target. let's see who do they not like, or who doesn't like them. To be honest, they're at war with the Umbri, and the Umbri like us. So we're going to see, maybe we can work this into an alliance. If we join the war against these guys, you like that. Will you be defensive allies? Probably. All right. So now we've got these guys. They're a defensive ally. They won't help us attack anyone, but they will help protect us from being attacked. They're at war on two sides. The Sinans up here are fighting them from the north, and the Frentani are fighting them from the south. And they are very strong. I don't really care about Corfinium here. If they capture it, I don't care. But what I want to do is I want to take, just to go back to the overview map, I want to take Sabinia. I think that's going to be the best for us. And it's going to be right in the middle of their territory. So hopefully the Umbri can take this town off of them. We'll get the rest, and we'll confine them to this little strip along the coast. We've got our legion here. Our commander has gotten a level up. I can't give him more points in any of those, so we're gonna wait because I don't want to waste any of his skills in areas where I can't really take full advantage of them. Our champion is moving up, so he can actually start hurting them. So let's scout around with our diplomat. And we'll end the turn. Now, I saw them make some military movements, but I really couldn't see. The other factions were impressed by my swift actions, so they're more loyal. I'm gonna let slums develop here. I don't care if this place goes into revolt. It can be a buffer territory. You, however, need to get up here right quick. Looks like he has just the general here. Can I sabotage the settlement? Good. Alright. I'd like to take the walled city first. It'll be easier for us to defend, and if we can take it now while they don't have a very strong army there, it's better for us. I am a little worried that the Volsci are going to stab us in the back. We have a bunch of money, so I'm going to not do that. I'm going to go here. I'm going to replace our general. We'll put Camillus back in charge. Actually, you know what? We'll put this guy in charge because he has a cool mask. And next turn, when this barracks finishes, or with this castrum finishes, we're going to start recruiting a second army. We've got control of Latium now. We're making okay amounts of money. I think we can support two armies at the same time. We're just going to have to be very careful with it. So the second army we recruit is going to replace this one at some point, because it's going to have the better units. With the exception of this one Centurii, all of these are the basic tier units. These guys let us get newer and better ones, so we will do that. So, we will end this turn. Where's our dignitary here? You've leveled up. The guy levels up a lot for just basically being a scout. Alright, so it looks like there's a lot going on up in the north. The Pacentes here, they want a trade agreement, and they want 100 gold. That's cheap. It's worth it to me. Alright, so up in the north, things are not looking great. The Umbri are doing okay, but they're down to 2 territories. These guys who were my enemy are now standing on the border. I'm a little worried about them stabbing me in the back, but that'll really tank their trust with every other faction. Now these guys did march an army into this town, which is what I was worried about. So, and I have no idea how strong that is. I don't know if it's good units or bad units. These 2 towns here do not have a very strong... they're not walled. Why not help in the north? I'm assuming that's what you're basically asking. I can... but I don't have... it'll take a long time for me to get this army all the way up there to help them. And they do have 2 armies here. They've taken some damage, but I don't see, aside from this one army of the Senons, which I'm not at war with anyway, it doesn't look like there's any other armies, enemy armies up here for them to fight. So I think they should be able to hold out on their own. They do have a walled city, which is good. I'm going to start building that second army here, and that should... So we will build a second army, starting that in Rome, and this will be the one that we can march up with, and we can attack them from 2 directions. So, can I get... I can't get you to level up any higher right now, unfortunately. So I will leave you with that. But you can see these guys do have a bonus to their experience rank because he's training them, and that's the whole reason why we were using this general, is because we wanted to make him good for recruiting units. So we want 2 of these guys, 2 of these guys. Now this is really going to eat into all of our money, so we'll get 3 of you and 3 of you. And we will stop there. Actually, I'll take these 3 because I won't be able to make those this turn anyway. So we'll just recruit these 7 guys, and then next turn we can do that. We should probably start focusing on building stuff so we can start making even more money. That's not going to give us any money. Actually, I'm not going to do that because we need the money to build an army. See, this is why investing in your economy really early is important, because you make more money and then you aren't you aren't dealing with worrying about, well, do I pay for my army or do I build more buildings? Corfinium has slums. I knew that was going to be the case. We have a food shortage, which is bad. So if we stop taxing you, we don't have a food shortage anymore. These guys are going to go into revolt next turn, which is fine with me. I don't want that land right now. Where did that other army go? Okay. Well, the army that they had in this city is gone, which is great. If they march that army away, and we did successfully raid it, so their garrison is hurt. This guy can't get there. Damn it. I moved him and he can't get there. So if I go here and hopefully next turn he can get there. Darn. Yeah, I moved him back a little bit because I was worried about the army that they had in there coming down to attack me. And I should have just kept him where he was. Because right now, he's got just this guy and the garrison, and I could have taken the town. That was foolish. Alright. We want 3 of you. And we want... Alright. So, not end of next turn, but the turn after that, this army will be done. Okay, so he's marched. This is a different army too. He's marched this army, which is a full strength 20 out of 20 stack, all the way up north here. And I'm worried that he's going to take this town. The Umbri might not last, which is unfortunate, but there's only so much that I can do to help them. The best way that I can help them is by attacking down here and try and take the pressure off by forcing them to have to march back to protect their land. Yes, I know that guy's got more an unspent skill point, but I don't want to waste it. Okay, so that army that we were worried about, they're trying to capture Corfinium, which, to be honest, I don't care if they capture it. That's fine by me, but it will put them immediately on my border. So we are going to fight this battle because I want to hurt this army as much as possible. Also, it's a pretty garbage army, so we're going to fight it on the battlefield. We'll definitely lose. I'm not pretending that we're going to win this. We will not win this at all. But I want to hurt him as much as possible. So we have 2 hoplite units. Let's see. So we'll put hoplites here on this side the entrance to the to the town from this direction. Yeah, why we scan it? Yeah, my goal, I can get them, I can basically turn... Now, I really want to protect the capture point here, but I don't have enough men to block all of the entrances into the town. But I can make choke points out of these two areas and dare him to attack me. It's not the best, but it's better than nothing. I'm gonna take these guys, and I'm hoping that I can hide them and use them later on, my skirmishers. But these guys are literally just, your job is to stay put and hold out as long as possible. So we'll start the battle. I'm going to put it on fast forward. So he's got his horsemen coming. And his horsemen are going to very foolishly charge straight into my hoplites. Yep, that was dumb. But now that the horses are dealt with, I can get these guys up on the hill. The skirmishers are going to be much better from up on the vantage point of the hill, and they can do damage down here. These skirmishers are going to be a pain, but I don't have any cavalry to deal with them. Looks like he's only sending a few units this way, and the rest are going to be going the long way. So my hope is if I can kill the few units he has over here, I can move my hoplites, which are the strong guys, the best for defense, over in this direction by the time these guys get all the way around. Because in order to get here, they have to go this way, along this road, up this road, and then they're going to come in from here. I've seen the AI do that on this map many times before. So I really want to get rid of these skirmishers first. You guys are just going to have to move faster than that. How are their horsemen doing? 53 of 80. Their veteran spearmen are the only units that I'm kind of concerned about, because those are relatively tough. All of these guys that they're sending around from the other direction are pretty weak units. So, alright. You guys kill these skirmishers pretty quickly. The nice thing about slingers is their range over skirmishers is so much better. They don't do nearly as much damage, but when you have a bunch of units of them, it kind of, the sheer number of them makes up for how weak their slings are. So, yeah, these guys are taking some damage. Please get a little closer. I don't want them... I'd rather use as much time as possible for them to be killing and doing damage and not moving, but they're going to have to move to get better shots. Because their shots are pretty terrible. These guys are moving in. We won't have too long before these guys start to get engaged as well, so we really want to wrap up the battle on this side as quickly as possible. Alright, yeah, now look, we're just destroying these skirmishers. And they're broken and they're running away. Alright, they're not going to reform. Well, they will probably reform. But, there's not much that I can do about it. Oh, these guys are getting hit by skirmish fire, and that's really bad. Yeah, that's going to be bad for them. Oh. Those skirmishers reformed. Quickly kill them. These guys, if we break them a second time, they should not come back. Yeah, they're gone. Alright, quickly. Yeah, these guys are going to be the hardest. I'm very concerned. My general is not going to hold out very long. If we can kill their general, we might have a chance, not necessarily at winning, but we might have a chance of doing much more damage because these gonna try and run away. But yeah, these guys are getting hurt pretty badly. One of their units, their Italian swordsman, is wavering. Yeah, my men aren't holding up very well as either, though. Those horsemen. Alright, you guys move this way. It's one unit against one unit, but if I can move these guys in, they might hold a little longer. Oh, they just took a bad beating. But we could kill their general here. Yeah, we killed their general. Awesome. Turn around, get those hoplites in there. You guys get over here and shoot them from the side. I don't want to waste time making them move, but is the sound on? Is that what you're asking? Huh. I'm sorry. I had my my microphone muted. Wow. I was talking a whole bunch, and you guys didn't hear it at all. Oh, those guys are getting demolished. Get in there. Yeah, I was talking about if we could kill their general, we might have a chance of not winning this battle, but certainly doing some serious damage. And yeah, I had my microphone off. I'm very sorry. Well, you guys missed all my wonderful color commentary, but you put up with me and didn't run away, which is more than I can say for my own army. So. Oh, I see. My mic audio was on.
Our men flee the field of battle.
My mic audio was going, but the game audio was not going. Yeah, no. Yep.
Missiles ready and waiting.
Our men flee the field of battle. This is a shameful display.
Alright. So there goes my infantry, which is basically Yeah, I fixed it now. Thank you very much. You know what it was when I went and took my short break. I shut off the wrong. I shut off my my desktop audio and not my webcam, and not my webcam, my microphone. All right.
At speed.
So these guys are going to
Now.
not hold up very long because they're just skirmishers. But I'm hoping they can do some damage. But this is going to be this is probably going to be it as far as the battle goes.
Fire. Orders. Missiles ready and waiting. Advance at speed. Quick march.
All right. Yeah, this I mean, I was not I knew we weren't going to win this battle anyway, and the whole goal was to hurt them. But if we can, the longer we can keep these guys in the battle, the longer we can
Now.
spend time hurting them.
At your service. Slingers. By your command. Advance at speed. Back now. Orders. Now fire on the enemy. Missile infantry. We await your command.
So yeah, this is gonna be basically a running
Slingers.
retreat while we throw stuff at them.
Missile infantry. Commander.
But it's not looking good at this point, and the amount of damage we're gonna do to
Our
them
men
is gonna be
flee
very
the
low.
field of battle. This is a shameful display.
Yours to command.
Without any units to stop them from running, and these guys are, I mean, my guys are like less tired than they are, but for some reason they're catching up to us. So
Double time. Advance at speed. Slingers. Ready for orders.
if I can split them up,
Our men
Yeah, I'm
flee
trying
the
to
field
kite
of
them, but
battle. This is a shameful display.
it's really
Yes, Commander. Advance at speed. Ready and waiting. After double. Missiles awaiting targets.
see, like if I can get these guys
Put fire on the enemy.
to actually throw their, but see, these guys are gonna chase them. So now your turn to run.
Double time.
See, at this point, I can't really do anything. Because, like, yeah, just get in there. If you can kill a couple of them, that's great. If not,
Yours to command.
Our men flee the field of battle. This is a shameful display.
Orders understood.
yeah, those guys are running. So these guys are gonna run too.
Advance at speed.
They will not last very long. I don't know why these guys are managing to keep pace with them. My guys are fresh, and most of these guys are like active or very tired. Not very tired, at least tired. But I guess it doesn't matter when. I mean, you can see just the sheer numerical difference here. I can get them over here. I just want to get a gap large enough that they can start throwing stuff again. Even if it's just a couple of... Alright, they're about to break and run away, so this might be their only chance. Get one volley. One more, maybe? Nope, they're not going to do it. Oh well, that's it. Battle
Our
over.
men flee the field of battle. This is a shameful display.
That is not a close defeat. Almost 700 kills, though. So, we reduced their army by almost a third. We wiped out one skirmisher unit, one swordsman, their cavalry unit, and we killed their general. Yeah, so let's see. Yeah, these guys definitely fought quite heroically, even though they all died. But oh darn! Even the units that we hurt, it looks like we didn't wipe them out completely because they're still there. We only managed to completely get rid of their general. So that's disappointing.
We are not a friend for the new moon and an enemy in the old.
You want to be a defensive ally. You're also at war with these same guys. So I guess the best way to beat them is to get everybody in the area allied against them. We're gonna get Camillus. Camillus is gonna... Unfair. We're gonna get Camillus out, and we're gonna station him in Casinum here, because we definitely don't want to lose this territory. Unfortunately, he can only hire garbage units, but garbage units are really cheap. Although
We will serve you well.
I should probably finish this army here. We want one of each of those, and that ate up most of our money. But the Volsky are here in this town.
And we obey.
So if I can get this town, maybe I can make him retreat.
I am Rome's champion. Battle calls.
Yeah, let's go for it.
Siege in place at the double.
This will be auto-resolve. We'll take that fight. Alright, we took that city off of them. Hopefully that forces them to try and take it back. We'll destroy all of the buildings they had in there. Yeah. Corfinium, they took it. They may have taken this city, but it's pretty useless to them. We've got another army on the way being built. Looks like our ally up here in the north did lose this city. hopefully he can hold on to this one town. If he can hold on and keep them distracted in the south, I can beat them up in the north. These guys are definitely much... I have never seen Frentani be this strong. In the games that I've been playing on my own, they usually stay down here and they only control maybe 5 settlements. And them having spread from down there all the way up here is shocking to me. I'm definitely impressed with their success this time around. Is there anybody else who's at war with them? No, just the 3 of us. Is there anybody who doesn't like them that I can make into a friend? Hey, will you become an ally? No.
It promises to be of great significance.
No. So some of these guys might... You like that I'm allied with the Umbri. You like that we're allied with or have treaties with Tartuna, cultural aversion. Oh, here's an example. So you'll remember when we first conquered the Volsky, they were at like negative 490-ish. Now their total attitude towards us is negative 375. So you can see they're liking us more. Their opinion of us has gone up with time. They still really hate our guts, but eventually they should get a liking to us. So I'm going to quickly just check. I missed it earlier. It didn't pop up, but I want to thank you, Fausch11. I want to thank you for following. I didn't get the little ding, or maybe I did and I forgot about it. But thank you for the follow as well. In case I forgot to say that earlier. Definitely appreciate, especially someone who has been so active in chat. It's definitely, I will say, as a relatively small streamer, I have gotten used to how quiet chat can be at times, but when you have someone there and interacting in chat, it really makes a world of difference. So I appreciate all that you're doing there in chat, even if a good 2/3 of what you say I don't quite understand. I'm glad that you're here. We are losing money. It's probably these mercenaries, but we're going to have to deal with it for a turn. You need to level up. I'll make you into a strategist. You, I will make into... no, you will not do anything. It's the same guy. We keep not leveling him up because... he's, I don't want to waste his skill points.
How would you like your defeat commemorated? An arch? Or a nice column? Or by the wailing of your enslaved people?
So, I was just demonstrating how much the Volsky have come to like us now because of the amount of time. But as you can see, they have declared war on us. They have stabbed us in the back, like jerks. It's very foolish of them to do that, however. Because, I will just march this brand spanking new army. I will march my new army down. And give them a good smack right in the face.
We are the men of Rome.
I don't know where all this money came from, but I have money all of a sudden. We're gonna hire more mercenaries. Camillus, you're just gonna have to hold the fort here in that town. For the moment.
And willing.
We can't give up the momentum on our enemy, the Frentani, either. So, even though we got stabbed in the back at the worst possible time, we have to stay on the offensive because it's the only way that we're ever going to get through this and win. So, we're going to attack this settlement. So, we've got a garrison. We're going to build a canal, build a public forum. Let's... You know what? This is the perfect time to appoint a dictator, and we can't do it because we have to wait another turn. Curses. Oh well. So we will march you down there as a scout. This is good music for this, though. Things are not looking good for our buddy in the north here. The Umbri are being besieged in their last settlement. They're not going to make it. Looks like we are going to have to do all the work ourselves. We've got that technology almost done. Yeah, I could definitely give it a bit of a cry. These jerks. Look, Volsky, I could have wiped out your civilization. Instead, I made you a client state with your freedom. And you stabbed me in the back. You jerks. Here. I'm looking at you. You. Ugly man in a helmet. I mean, it says treacherous, so I don't know what I expected. We're losing so much money a turn. We're being attacked. Alright, this is bad. Yeah. The Volsky army I'm not worried about. It's garbage. His army... Well, it still has those 3 hurt units. The one upside. It has those 3 units that we did hurt pretty badly. It's also mostly garbage. Big problem is... Our garrison only gives us a few good units. Well, we're just gonna have to fight this and see. I think we might be able to win. I would be really disappointed if we lost Camillus, though. He's a really good general. So we'll just have to fight it on the battlefield and see if we can work a little magic. Yeah, I hope we win as well. But if you look at it, they have to capture the town square. There's one way in from this direction, one way in from this direction. We have 2 choke points to defend. This is probably going to be the best possible situation for us. So, set our hoplites up over here. They're gonna be the best for defense, but I don't want to spread them too thin. Our Roman swordsmen, which are the best swordsmen we have available to us in our garrison. Actually, they might not be. Volsky veterans have a melee attack of 46 and a defense of 54. Yeah, so we want these guys actually in there.
Your orders. Ready and waiting. Melee infantry ready.
So you guys will be the front. They'll be spread pretty thin.
Swords.
Behind them are Roman swordsmen. We'll put a couple... Excuse me. We'll put a couple of these mercenary Latin warriors who are actual garbage. Like behind over here. We'll put another one. And these 3 over here. So those are the 2 directions that we have to defend, and that's it. Our cavalry units, we will... I'm going to ungroup the general. The general is going to stay here in the square because he'll be able to use his brace and inspire powers to get these guys, to keep these guys fighting better and for longer. We'll put... We really want to take out as many of these skirmish units as possible. I don't care if we kill these units of Italian cavalry, as long as we do that. So I'll place those guys here. And for skirmishers, we don't have a whole heck of a lot, and they're pretty bad. We've got levies and this mercenary velite unit. So we'll just place them here as well, and we'll have to hope. So fingers crossed. And let's not spin the camera around.
Enemy reinforcements approaching.
So the enemy is going to be coming from both directions.
We will make them regret.
If I can get my horsemen over here, and these guys, you guys can General, you stay there. Now, this is their other army. They're marching in. You know, I have some confidence about this. And they're gonna march those horsemen into their deaths. Yeah, I think we can hold. I think we can hold the town, and that's the important thing. Our two goals are not to lose Camillus and to hold the town.
Javelin men! Is that infantry? At speed!
So you guys will stay there.
Cavalry!
Press forward!
I'm gonna charge this cavalry in and attack these skirmishers while they're on the move. I can hopefully get them there before their swordsmen and infantry do, and really hurt them and march them out nice and lightning quick. You expire.
In waiting, by your command. Orders, advance at speed. Advance!
Yeah, don't get tangled up in a melee with these guys.
We await your command. And quickly now.
Orders understood!
Advance at speed. Your riders, advance! And quickly now.
Come on, keep charging.
Your forward, commander.
Charge right on through.
Charge! Melee cavalry ready. Ready.
You guys are getting stuck in. There we go.
By your
Because if I can destroy those skirmishers, that's going to make this battle a whole lot easier for us.
Advance at speed!
Get my skirmishers around, start hitting these guys from behind. Alright. Good! We've got both of their skirmisher units to break. But they're probably going to reform, but as they break, they're running away from the rest of their men. So the cavalry should cut them up. This side is taking a beating.
Levies! Ready for orders!
ready. At speed.
Melee horsemen! Ready! We want the double! Quick march! Ready, waiting!
The men are wavering.
Yeah, I don't know who's wavering. Oh. That cavalry unit. I don't know why. Yes! Yeah, this music is good. This is the credits music to Rome Total War. So please kill. Okay.
Riders at the double.
Alright, I wasted one of my my light cavalry units, and I really didn't want to. But alright. All of my swordsmen attack. Alright, I'm still feeling reasonably confident here.
Quickly now.
As you command!
Alright. Looks like we've lost our horseman units, but
Our men flee
Yeah.
the field of battle. This is a shame.
we did take out a couple of their skirmishers. That is going to help us. Not as many as I would have liked, but we didn't have much alternative here. These guys are running away.
Loose! At speed!
Fall back.
Fire!
Now throw your spears at these guys. Please. There we go. Oh, wow. They went from full strength to 126.
Take aim!
It doesn't look like any more of their units are over on this side. So, really, we just have to stop them on this side. Which certainly looks like it's going to be tough, but not impossible.
Brace yourselves! Missile infantry ready! Fire on the enemy!
Yep, they got a lot of guys starting to run away. Yep, those guys are broken. You guys hold your fire.
Your orders. At speed. Missile infantry.
Yep, we've won half the battle basically.
Jupiter gives us strength. Victoria!
Now the harder part of the battle. Because we won the easy part basically.
At your service. At the double. Equities. Cut them down. Riders advance.
Yeah, destroy those spearmen. Now normally charging cavalry into spearmen would be really dumb, but those guys were ready to break and run.
Advance at speed. Riders on me. Advance at speed.
Alright, these guys are going to have to travel a long way around to get rid of these slingers, but I think that's going to be their best play. The levies, or one of the levies and one of the velites do not have much ammo left. The other probably has 27%, 6%, 11%. They do not have much ammo left, but it might be enough for them to hurt these slingers. Well, it looks like these guys might be making a move. So,
Yours to command.
maybe they're just gonna go on a chase, and if they do that, that's fine with me.
Spears.
If they want to do this, though,
At the double.
I'm happy to move these guys back.
Equities. Riders forward.
Yeah, it looks like they're just gonna march some guys around. These two hoplite units should be more than enough to hold. It's actually leaving these slingers a little bit less defended, so it's even better for us. Yeah, they're moving 3 units around. Yeah, this is turning out to be a pretty epic fight, for sure. And the music certainly helps. These guys have like the world's longest like march though to get all the way around. But if it means they get around behind the enemy, it's worth it to me. They can do a whole lot more damage from behind than they can anywhere else.
Your command.
Alright, you guys move in. Try and kill them. I don't care if these units die. I mean, I don't care if all of my men die if we still win. Problem is, if all of my men die, that usually means that I've lost and not that I've won. Okay, good. Come on. There we go. Do some damage to him. Even if these guys do nothing more than waste some of their ammo on these units, it's ammo that they're not spending destroying and winning the battle. Because getting rid of these guys is what is meant? I'm afraid I don't know. I don't understand. I apologize. Okay, you guys fall back, please.
Quick march. Loose.
Javelin men! Ready yourselves! Advance!
Your orders.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Commander! Javelin men! Advance at speed!
Our general has fallen.
Ready and
Wait,
waiting.
really? Did Camillus die?
Battle group disbanding.
Really? Alright. That's ridiculous.
Our men flee the field
Well,
of battle.
we're probably
This
gonna
is a
lose the
shameful
battle
display.
now if Camillus is dead. I might. Yeah, I can't believe that either. But it looks like they got these slingers here close enough to be firing at him, which honestly seems like nonsense to
The
me.
enemy general is dead.
Well, we killed the enemy general. If we win this battle, it's okay. But if we lose and we've lost Camillus, I might have to reload. That might end up being what next stream is replaying this battle.
Our men flee the
Because-
field of battle. This is a shameful display.
That definitely doesn't quite seem right to me. Not saying that we had the upper hand, but we definitely we've been playing.
Our men flee the field of battle. This is a shameful display.
Yeah, like, see, now that the general's dead, like, their morale is gonna be terrible. See, look, their morale steady, general dead, wavering, general dead. So these guys are just not gonna hold out very long now that Camillus is dead. But I mean, I guess leaving him there in the center was like exposing him to slinger fire, but that's still like these guys.
Yours to command.
Well, it looks like the rest of the units here are still holding pretty well.
Javelin men.
These Velites are putting up a heck of a fight by themselves against a unit of slingers, spearmen, and skirmishers. No. Hang in there.
Italian swordsman!
Our men flee the field of battle. This is a shameful
Those guys.
Sword!
Yeah, hold on. The biggest problem is it's just like right now they're winning on weight of numbers.
Italian swordsman!
On me! At the double!
Our men flee the field of battle. This is a shameful display.
Swords! Ready for orders.
Yeah. They're winning on numbers alone, and we definitely could have won this battle. That's disappointing. And if Camillus hadn't have died, I'm certain we would probably, at this point, you would have seen the tide of battle turn
Our men
more or
flee
less
the field of
completely by this
battle.
point.
This is a shameful
Because compared to the big blob that they had here before, look how much it's thinned out. We just don't have the strength here anymore to hold on, and their morale is sunk without their general. And on this side, I mean, this battle, we're not really gaining ground, but we aren't losing
Our men
ground.
flee the field of battle. This is a shameful display.
I don't know where this guy is. Oh, you're over here.
Back now!
You defend their rear. I mean, now we're in last stand territory.
Our men flee the
Oh,
field of
and now they're
battle.
running, and these
This
guys
is
are gonna
a
break
shameful
too.
display.
Wow. It was a costly enemy victory, for sure. But we could have done twice as good as we did. We destroyed most of the army that actually attacked us, the Frentani. It was just the weight of the Volsci. Those betraying Volsci that made the difference. Because they only lost 600 out of 1440. Yep. And Camillus is dead. R.I.P. Put a R.I.P. in chat for Camillus. Yeah. This might actually be... No, this is not a unique death video. I thought they might have had a unique one just for Camillus, but it doesn't look that way. Well, I think I'm gonna call it here for the stream for this week. We're a little bit short. I would keep going for another half hour. Normally, I would go, and that'd be a full 4 hours. But I think with this defeat, because I think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna start off next stream on this quick save here, and I'm gonna try and refight that battle. I honestly think that if we didn't lose Camillus there, we would have won that battle, and I think that if we fought it again, I think we could win. So I think that'll end up being what we do next week. So I hope you come back to join us next week, where we will definitely, Camillus will get his second chance, and I think that we could take, despite being outnumbered hideously. Let's see, what's the numerical disparity here? I'm pulling out my phone. I'm going to do it up on my calculator. So 1440 and 2279. So he's got 3719 versus our 1160 and 1200. So our 2360. So he outnumbers us by like 1300. Yeah. So, yeah, we're going to save this. I'm going to save this game right here. And next week we will start off with this epic battle. And hopefully Camillus will emerge victorious, and his name will reach even higher legend. But yeah, man, that was probably one of the toughest battles, and certainly a fun one. So thank you guys. I'm gonna change it over. Thank you so much for watching me this week. I really appreciate it. Dude, auto-resolve says, let me hop it back here for a second. The auto-resolve says that with high accuracy, it reports that it will be a close defeat. Win chance is absolutely none. Our remaining force will be 0. And yeah, no matter what stance I put it in, if I go to protective stance, it's a decisive defeat. The other two say close defeat, but no chance of winning if we auto-resolve. So yeah, but yeah, thank you so much for joining me, and I hope you come back for the exciting round 2, Camillus versus the dastardly Volsky and the Frentani, and this time we will make them pay severely. So thank you very much. I stream every Thursdays, and usually around this time. So 4 hours, about 4 hours, starting at 4:30 or so Eastern time, because I am in the Eastern United States. So whatever that is for you, round the world. And I usually go for about 4.5 hours if I can. We're cutting it short by about 20 minutes or so here, but I think it's a good point to stop it on that epic battle. And I know that if I tried to refight it now, we'd end up going much over time, and it's getting kind of late, and I haven't eaten yet. So Thanks so much for watching. I'm going to give a special shout out to Stesnak, Bullran222, and Fausch11. Thank you guys once more for following today. I greatly appreciate it. It is through you guys that you make all of this possible. It's the support of the viewers. So thank you very much, and good night.